What's going on, guys? My name is Ed and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be ranking movies from the year 2010, which I've put off this video for about a month now, a month and a half. I did from the year 2000 all the way through 2009, and I'm not gonna lie, it was a long time to make all those videos. It took probably about an hour almost to do each one. And then there's the editing process and all that stuff. So it was rough to do. So I wanted to take a little break from it. But now I am back. I'm going all the way to the year 2022. Because by the time I'm done with this decade, it'll probably nearly be the end of 2022. So without further ado, movies from the year 2010 that are being ranked. Everything down here is stuff that I've seen. Everything up here is stuff I've never seen. So this stuff, there's some good ones in there. I've heard of Black Swan. I don't know how good it is, but I've heard of Blue Valentine. What is it? What else have I heard of? Death at a Funeral. Prince of Persia. Legend of the Guardians. How to Train a Dragon. Never seen it. I've never seen Shutter Island. Just so many movies that I've just never gotten a chance to take a look at, but this is of the ones that I have seen. Now let's remember, in the year 2010, I am 11 years old, so there's a lot of still, little kid things in here, but we're getting more into that adult aspect. There's a lot more horror in here, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start this off with adventure film, adventure drama, I guess, 127 hours. I'm going to put this movie at a solid B. It's a good movie. It's just something that you see once or twice and you're like, all right, that's enough. I don't need more of this. Thank you. It was a nice wham bam, thank you ma'am type of film. It's still good. It's just like not S or A tier. Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. Whoa, where did it even go? I don't even know where I just put it. Okay. This movie is trash. This movie deserves F, because that's what it is. This movie is an F. Okay? Alright, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 is trash. They ruined what was a fantastic character in Freddy Krueger with Robert Englund, and obviously they recast him. And the recast wasn't that great. The story was not that great, turning just a child killer into a, for lack of a better term, child, we're going to go ahead and say, what's this title of this movie? I don't want to say it on YouTube. This movie right here, Predators, yeah, he was a child and he physically assaulted people of the younger age. All right, it stunk. And it ruined a character that was otherwise crazy good. And people just now assume that Freddy Krueger back in the day, the old Nightmare movies, was also that. But he never was that. He just killed people, which doesn't make him any better. But you know what? I would rather be chased by just a killer than a killer and a... yeah. So, anyways, let's move on, because I'm going to get mad at that movie. Alice in Wonderland, again, this movie's good, but it's nothing insane. I'm going to give it a B. I love it. I have it on Blu-ray. I've watched it probably a dozen times. I've never seen the sequel. What is it called? Through the Looking Glass, but the first one is good. I enjoy it. I'm sure I'll get to the second one at some point in time. It's not anything at the top of my list. Alpha and Omega. I remember watching this in the movie theaters. Guys, this movie's mid. Okay? It's nothing, terrible, but I would never watch it again. I'm never gonna go ahead and watch Alpha and Omega. It's just not something I want to watch. You know what I mean? There are animated movies as an adult you will sit there and watch, especially if it's something you watched as a kid. But this movie, I just don't care. I don't care about. And I've never seen any other ones. I think there's 3 or 4 of these movies, which is crazy to me. But I've seen the first one, and it's just, yeah, It exists. Clash of the Titans. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it in mid. People love Clash of the Titans. I don't. Um, you know, I guess every movie has its haters. Every movie has its lovers. At my job, actually, this was just on the TV recently, and I had someone telling me that they also don't like this movie all that much. And it's not that I hate the movie, it's just it's not the greatest thing in the world. So, I'm also not the biggest fan of like actiony, gladiatory type stuff. So that stuff's always usually low on my list. Despicable Me, the original, I'm gonna put it in B. Honestly, I remember when this came out, and I was thinking like, this is gonna be stupid, and I was correct. I was completely correct. But I just had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day about Despicable Me and this new Minions movie, and how I fully enjoy watching the original Despicable Me. So yeah, B tier. It's not an A. It's not an S. I feel like that's fair. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Now, this movie, as much as I loved this movie when I was younger, I'm not putting it higher than a B. Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a B-rated movie. I really enjoy it, but it's not something I would look at right now and go, put it on. It's not something I'm going out of my way to go and watch. So for that reason, it's got to be a B-tier film. Dinner for Schmucks. This is, I'm gonna probably put it in C tier. It's a good movie, okay? It's a good movie, but if I'm ranking these as movies that I enjoy and are rewatchable, and I don't find Dinner for Schmucks all that rewatchable just because there's so much awkwardness to it. It makes my anxiety spike. And I sit there, and I'm not even kidding, I'm sitting there going like, what the frig do I do? And that sounds stupid. For people that aren't the way that I am, it sounds dumb. But this movie, there's scenes in this movie that I don't know. It just blows my mind. I can't do it. But it's a good film. It's just not something I'm like, yeah, let's put it on. So yeah, all right, easy A. Again, with these B-rated movies, easy A is not an easy A. It's an easy B. Came out when I was, obviously it was 2010. All these movies are 2010. But I remember this coming out, and it was like that era of, Superbad came out a few years beforehand, and now Emma Stone's big in Easy A, and so it's just like she was big. She was big, and I remembered her face from Superbad, and so I was like, all right, let's give this a watch. And it's good. It's enjoyable. It's just not something I look at and go, holy crap, this is the greatest thing ever. I'll gladly rewatch it if it's on. I have it on Blu-ray. I'm not going to sit there and deny my enjoyment for a movie, but it's just not something that I'm super in love with. Eat, Pray, Love, this movie stinks. I'm going to give it an E tier just because I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street deserves an F and nothing else is as bad as that. Eat, Pray, Love is a movie that I personally just don't enjoy. I remember spending $3 on this Blu-ray and wishing I could take it back to the store. There's really not much else to say about it. It's really just, I'm not a fan. I've watched it. I tried watching it twice. Both times I just couldn't get into it. I ended up sitting on my phone on social media for probably an hour. So yeah. Eat, Pray, Love, not a good choice. Edge of Darkness it's okay. I'm gonna put it in C tier. It's kind of just like there. It exists. It's forgettable. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just not something I like. I'm not a big action fan. I've said it before. I've said it in this video. So a C tier action movie is usually like a B tier for most people who enjoy action. Edge of Darkness, it just wasn't my favorite. Everything Must Go. Yeah, no, this movie is mid tier. This is a Will Ferrell movie that I watched years ago and I just wasn't a big fan of. Granted, it was coming off of my knowledge of The Other Guys as well as Step Brothers, and I found this on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." And it didn't hit the hype of Step Brothers or The Other Guys, and I was just like, "Never mind, this sucks." I've since rewatched it, and it's still just not like, it's not as great as I ever hoped it would be. So it's a C tier. Get 'em to the Greek, the bad sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall. This movie's D tier, easy. I refuse to put it down in F. I feel like Eat, Pray, Love is worse. Get 'em to the Greek is a movie that I feel like just didn't need to be made. It follows Russell Brand's character, who is like a rock star in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and realistically, it's just not all that great. It really isn't. Yeah, no, just a Judd Apatow production that didn't really need to be made. The Grown Ups, one of my favorite Adam Sandler's movies, and this is S tier for me. We are skipping over A tier, going right into S tier. Grown Ups is a movie that I can recite word for word while the movie is playing. You could have it on mute. We do not need captions. I will say every word of dialogue. It is perfectly fine, okay? I love Grown Ups. It is fantastic. There's just a lot of people hate on it. A lot of people hate on Adam Sandler. But growing up, this was the movie that really... I knew Adam Sandler and I loved Adam Sandler, but this movie, having all of the comedians working together as a group of friends, it was like, holy crap. You can tell they had fun making it, and you can tell that, it really comes through on the screen. I just hit my mic, I'm sorry. It really comes through on the screen, and so it's just like, I loved it. So, and obviously, a lot of kids my age who are now adults, they agree with me. Grown Ups was a big movie from a lot of people's childhoods. Gulliver's Travels. I remember this movie being whack. D tier. I have this on DVD. I have not watched it since I was probably about 15 or 16 years old. But I remember this movie stinking. I remember being like, oh, it's Jack Black. This is cool. And then the movie was just like whack as hell. So we're going to keep that in D tier. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Right? No, right? Yeah. Does that say part 7? What is this? What? What is that number? Oh, no, it's just, I'm stupid. I'm dumb. Don't worry, guys. I'm just really, really stupid. I'm putting this in A tier, by the way. This is Deathly Hallows Part 1. It says 7 because it's the 7th movie. I'm just stupid. It's also year 7 when it comes to, like, his schooling. Don't worry about me. I'm really stupid and simple-minded. So Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. This movie is phenomenal. It really is great. I feel like it's a little too long at parts, but necessary. And the ending always makes me tear up and cry, and it's bullshit, and I don't appreciate it. Great movie, fantastic movie. Obviously the massive, final build up to the finale of the franchise. I'm just not putting it in S tier because it's not something that I look at as a popular movie of my lifetime. It is an incredible movie. We're just, not throwing it all the way into S. Hot Tub Time Machine. This is a mid-tier movie. C tier. We're not putting it any higher. It's a fun movie, but we all know that it's not worth getting a B or an A or an S. Okay? Inception. This movie is an A. I'm not putting it S tier. It is not a significant movie in my life. I do not look at Inception and think this is the greatest thing ever, even though some people swear up and down that it is. It's a great film, but it's just not, like, I'm going to give it the attention it deserves for being a great film, but it's not an S tier. It really isn't. And I know Grown Ups being an S tier, I am a selfish person, and I'm going to put things like Grown Ups in S tier. Insidious. This movie is A tier. I remember watching this as a little kid, and it is ingrained in my memory of the scene where Patrick Wilson, the father, is in his son's room, and that like red-faced thing that looks like the boogeyman from the WWE is like right behind him. Ooh, I got the chills right now. Like, let me look behind me. There's nothing there. It freaked it. All right, that movie has like left this just disgusting presence in my mind. And even just looking at this kid, looking at, what was his name, Dalton, looking at his eyes. Look at them. He's just staring me into my soul. Get away from me. Get away from me. Stupid. Stupid. They're actually making another Insidious movie directed by Patrick Wilson, by the way. So that's pretty cool. And apparently the actor who played his wife, Rose Byrne, is also returning. So that's going to be pretty dope to see another Insidious movie. I think there's already 4, so this would be the 5th one. But move on. Iron Man 2, we're putting this in, we're going to put it in B tier. It's weak compared to Iron Man 1. And it's just not one of my personal favorites. I know a lot of people also would agree with me on this. Yeah, B tier. It's a good movie, obviously, but it's not something I'm just like, yeah, put it on, woo, it's just whatever. Kick-Ass. I have not seen Kick-Ass in a fat minute, so for that being said, I'm putting it in mid-tier, because I remember enjoying it, but it has been probably since 2010 or 2011. I'll have to get on that, to rewatch Kick-Ass. But, The Leap Year, this movie was mid-tier at best. It's okay. I feel like it's too long. I feel like it's, I don't know. It's good. It's just not great. It's not good enough to get into B tier. So let's leave it at that. Little Fockers. Okay, this is the 3rd in the trilogy, and we're putting it in mid-tier. All right? Meet the Parents is a great movie. Meet the Fockers is a great movie. Little Fockers is kind of just like there. It exists. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like not anything you genuinely need. So, mid-tier. And you can see that 2010 has a lot of mid-tier movies right now. Not a whole lot of A's or S's. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. But Marmaduke. You know what? This movie is a mid-tier. A lot of people hate on Marmaduke. I enjoy it, but I'm also not going to be that guy that thinks it's better than a C tier. So Marmaduke is mid-tier. Megamind? Yo, Megamind is straight up A tier. Okay? This movie, I'm sorry, incredible cast. The animation styles are incredible. The story is incredible. There's genuinely nothing wrong with this movie. It is a perfect movie. It's just not something that I look at as like, oh my god, the greatest of all time, like Grown Ups. So yeah, Megamind we're putting in A tier for sure. Nanny McPhee Returns. Yo, I hated this movie. I'm putting it in D tier. I enjoy Nanny McPhee, but I don't like the second one. Open Season 3. This one's not that great. Yeah, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm gonna put it in mid tier, in C tier, but it's not that good. I do remember this movie, quite fondly actually. But Paranormal Activity 2, it's been a minute. It has been a minute since I've seen it. I am skeptical because I know Paranormal Activity, like the first 3 were fucking good. But it's been a grip, so I'm going to give it the kick-ass treatment and put it in mid-tier. I'm going to have to get back to y'all on that. Oh, God. Percy Jackson, the Lightning Thief movie. Why is it so far down? All right, there. Okay. Oh, we're going to put it in mid-tier. It's a C-tier movie. But Piranha in 3D. This movie, yo, I don't like it. D tier, okay? D tier. Get out of my goddamn life. Predators. I just watched this movie. Predators. I just watched all the Predator movies for I feel like the first time for a lot of them for the first time, but no, this I just watched for the first time because of the new Prey movie. I think I've seen the original Predator before, but I rewatched all of them. Predators, you know what? It might just be because it's fresh in my memory banks, but I fuck with Predators, okay? I thought it wasn't that bad of a movie. We're putting it in B tier, all right? It's not like insanely good, but I feel like I would watch Predators over a lot of the stuff in the C tier rank. So we're putting it in B tier. All right. Ramona and Beezus, we're putting this in C tier. Oh boy, I remember watching that like a lot the one year for some reason, and I haven't touched it in years. Red, this is mid tier. Yeah, it's a movie. It's not a great one, in my opinion. Remember Me, I found this movie a couple months ago on a streaming service. I don't remember which one. At a friend's house. And I wanted to watch it, and I was like, screw it. I'll buy it. And I've had it on Blu-ray, and I hadn't watched it until earlier this week, actually. And I'm going to put it in B tier. First off, I want to point out the ending of this movie. I was so confused because it's like, why are things getting so intense right now? Why does it feel like there's about to be a massive twist? And then you're just like, oh, what the fuck? Like, when, like, everything just, like, hits you, and, it's just like, wow, okay. Like, what the hell is, like, what? Okay, all right, cool. It's just mind-boggling to me. The ending was the best part. But again, I would rewatch Remember Me before I watched anything in my C tier. Resident Evil Afterlife, yeah, no. This is where Resident Evil started getting poopy. We're putting it in D tier. Saw, is this the final chapter? Ooh, man. Mid tier. I feel like Saw, the final chapter, was decent. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This movie is S tier. Love this movie. I've seen it twice, but both times I sat there and I was just so into the movie. The actor and actresses do phenomenal. The directorial work is incredible. Special effects are on point. It's a movie that when I went and saw it for the first time, I was like, I'm afraid of watching this. And then I left watching it feeling like I need to see it again. And that second time, I finished it and I was like, oh my God, it's still good. And I have it on Blu-ray, and I do need to watch it again. Now that I've seen the picture of it, I'm probably gonna end up watching it in the next couple of days. I'm not gonna lie. Secretariat, it's been a minute, but I'm not a big fan. It's mid-tier, I feel. You can hate on me. I don't care. It's a fucking horse movie. It's it's not my cup of tea. All right, She's Out of My League. Oh, yes, of course. The most mid-tier movie of the world. She's Out of My League is mid-tier as hell. Nothing else to it. Shrek Forever After. My goodness. How the mighty have fallen, because Shrek 4 stinks, okay? It's not terrible. It's mid-tier, but I can't stand it. Just because I feel like the story just went in way too much of a different direction than I expected it to after the third one. But no, I refuse to give it lower than a C tier because I'd rewatch it over all the shit down here. So, C tier. Tangled, easily an A tier movie. Tangled is one of those Disney princess movies, like the new age princess movies that are just like phenomenal. My favorite of them being The Princess and the Frog, but Tangled is up there, and yeah, no, it's a great movie. If you've never seen Tangled, I don't know who you are or why you haven't, but watch it. Great movie. The A-Team. This is a movie that I just couldn't get into. We're putting it in the D tier. I just can't. I can't get into it. It's just not for me. Yeah, no, it was not that good. The action was cool, but just like I feel like there's so much in there that like that was lost through the film. Like it's not that great. It's not. Realistically, it's not. The Expendables, however, is an action movie I can get behind. This is an A tier action movie. Wait, is this Expendables or Expendables 2? I think this is Expendables 2, isn't it? Isn't that the logo for the second one? No, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to look this up real quick on my cellular device because oh no, it's the first one. All right. So the logo I'm used to seeing for the first one is like an all black logo. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. It's like an all black logo with them. This one is like reddish with like flame behind it. And if all right, so you can see my mistake because this is the Expendables 2 logo where they have flames all behind them. I don't know. Okay? I'm just a guy living his life, all right? The Expendables though, A tier. All right? The Expendables is a fantastic action movie. They just bring all your favorite action dudes into it. And honestly, it's one of my favorite action franchises because you know going into it it's going to be cheesy bullshit fun, and that's what they are. Cheesy bullshit fun. They're fantastic. The Fighter. I recently just watched this, and it is most definitely an A-tier movie. This was a great film. I loved the performances. And for the very cheap price of $3, I enjoyed the price of the film. So it is a great movie. The Karate Kid. Not only should this not be called The Karate Kid, but it's just not like insanely great. I'm putting it in B tier, but it should be called The Kung Fu Kid. It's not karate that he's taught. He's taught kung fu. But that's besides the point. We could move on. It was just whatever. Ah, yes, The Last Airbender. E tier. The Losers. D tier. I don't like The Losers. I don't like The Last Airbender. They can get out of here, both of them. They could both die in holes. I hate that I spent money on them. The Other Guys. This is an S tier movie. I was just talking about Everything Must Go, and that I had just gotten done watching The Other Guys, as well as Step Brothers, and it just, Everything Must Go it just wasn't anywhere near as good. The Other Guys is an S tier movie. I could watch The Other Guys any day and just enjoy it. It is pure entertainment, pure turn off the brain, and just love what you're watching. The Social Network is probably in my opinion, a tier movie. A almost B, but we're gonna put it in A. It is a very like good movie. It really is. It's just not. It's not something like that sparks my interest to 100%. Social Network is a lot like Inception, where it's not like my first choice, but I refuse to allow myself to think it's lower than A tier because it is a great movie. After that, we've got The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm going to put it in B tier. I enjoy it, but I'm also allowing real to recognize real and not put it higher than B tier. But no, it is a fun movie. A weird one, but a fun one. Alright, so we've got Eclipse from the Twilight Saga, and I'm putting it in B tier. Hate me or don't hate me, okay? I enjoy the Twilight movies. I'm not going to put it in A tier, okay? I'm not. But I'm also not going to shit all over Twilight because I enjoy the movies. Hate me, okay? Okay. Okay? Okay. Tooth Fairy. Oh boy, this movie is, I'm not gonna cap, it's a guilty pleasure. We're gonna put it in B tier. It is a stupid movie, but it is a guilty pleasure. Toy Story 3, S tier. Toy Story 3 is a movie I saw in theaters back in 2010. Like I said, I was 11 back then, and you know what? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I straight up bawled my eyes out. Okay? When these toys were all holding hands in unison in this thing that they're about to go down into flames in the garbage area thing, incinerator, I was just like, this can't be it for my boys. Like, why are they all so sad? Like, come up with a plan, gentlemen. Like, come on. Like, that's how little me was thinking. And all of a sudden, of course, the aliens come in and they're all like, "Ooh, the claw," bullcrap. Little 11-year-old me was crying and laughing and so happy, to the point where my mother was fully enjoying the fact she took me to see that movie. This movie should have been what ended the Toy Story movies, and I feel like they ruined something perfect and beautiful with making the fourth one, in my opinion. But Toy Story 3 forever shall be an S tier movie, in my opinion. Tron, mid tier. I don't love the Tron movies. Mid tier. Valentine's Day, D tier. I hate this movie. Not as much as I hate the other ones, lower than it, but Valentine's Day just isn't my favorite thing in the world. I feel like it's like a lot like Love Actually, and it's just not that good. Like, not as good. Vampires suck. Clearly, we all know this movie is like E tier, okay? But I remember when this movie came out, and it was super like, ha 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 ha, that's funny, because Twilight stinks. And obviously, it was a major rip on it. You can see from the cover. I have this on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it in years. Maybe I should go watch it. I don't know. And, of course, last but not least, because Yogi Bear is one of my favorite Hanna-Barbera movie, cartoon, whatever's properties. Yogi Bear for me, I ain't gonna lie, gentlemen. Yogi Bear for me is S tier. I remember watching it and being in love with it. Yogi Bear has a special place in my heart, though, just because first time I ever watched it was at my grandmother's house when I was a little boy. She was like the main reason I love movies and collect movies. I collect movies on DVD and on Blu-ray and stuff like that. Because I'm a nerd. And she had this massive VHS tape collection, and she had all these old cartoons on there, and Yogi Bear was one of them. And so when this movie came out, I was so excited. And I love this movie, and so yeah, S tier. There's no further explanation. Okay, I feel like we're gonna let that one slide. Okay, we're gonna let that one slide. All right. So yeah, that is my official 2010 tier list for movies. So yeah, take a look at it. Disagree with me, hate me, punch me, curse me out, make up a lie that I like smack old people or something. I don't know. Just because I ranked your movie incorrectly. I don't know, something crazy. But no, this is how I think. If you disagree with me, you disagree with me. Maybe you think I'm insanely stupid for putting these movies in S tier, but this is my opinion. This is what I think. A tier is still great, okay? B tier is still great. C tier is where things get funky. Everything lower is where things get bad. I refuse to change Elm Street. That shit sucks. Blow it out your ass if you think this movie is higher than a C tier, all right? And if you put this movie in a B, A, or S tier, please blow it out your ass. It's the best way I can put it, because this movie sucks. Nightmare on Elm Street was trash. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up down below. If you hated it, I mean, you could dislike it, but like the amount of dislikes doesn't show up anymore. So like, just like it, cause like, what's the point of disliking it? You know what I mean? If you have any questions or comments or anything you want me to rank or make a video on, you have any questions about anything, go ahead and leave a comment down below. All right. You want to tell me what your rankings are? What's your favorite movie from the year 2010? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would be more than happy to, talk about it with you guys in the comment section. So yeah, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We a fun channel. All right, we have a good time here. At least I try to have a good time. I try not to make videos if I don't want to make the videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I've officially started my journey on the 2010s being ranked. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.